into the Wallaby enclosure, which is up here. Go through this tunnel thing, this hidey hut, and into the Wallabies. Just down that path, we'll get to the penguins. So here we go. Here's a wallaby. Here, look. So they're all in the corner at the moment. But we'll get in. So they've got 42 wallabies with joeys. I mean, they've got quite a large enclosure actually, considering them moving them. Hello, Kate. Considering them moving them to another part of the park, they've got quite a large enclosure in here. Yes, how did you guess? Another series done before next week. But we'll go in here with the wallabies. So they've got 42 wallabies. I thought they had 24, but I spoke to a keeper earlier because I was asking him about one of the new developments, and they're moving this enclosure further up the park. I'll tell you more later. That's to the zebras and the polar bears up there, and the octopods. We're going to go into the wallabies now. I'll tell you later in another video. Not with this gate, it wouldn't open. I'm entering the wallaby enclosure now. Here we go. In with the wallabies. Hello. Hello, little friend. That's a good pose, isn't it? That's a good pose. You off? Bye. Hopped off to the shops. Hello, wallabies. There's one here. I didn't get any food from the shop this time. Not that I didn't want to, I just decided not to. But the joeys have grown up a lot since my last visit. One of them's here actually, sitting down. It's one of the joeys. So that's one of the joeys just there, that one. Not this one, which is an adult. That's a joey. Hello. Hello. So if you crouch down, they generally don't bother. They're generally alright with people. Aren't they? And they do like to be gently stroked as well, according to the signs. So as long as you crouch down, you can watch them hop by you. So you're now like as if we're in Australia. That's the advantage of this place. You get to go to different parts of the world all in one go. A couple of the joeys across there as well, in the corner. Just there, that's one of the joeys with the mum. So they soon grow. In fact, yeah, that's one of the joeys there, look, hopping around. He's grown up, hasn't he? But they like to be in the shade. There's a couple more joeys there. Yeah, we've got one here, look. Oh, scarped, didn't you? Scared. Not soon. Bennett's wallaby. So you went out Australia through here. You literally go from Antarctica to Europe to Australia. Trying to feed the wallabies. Trying to feed them. Two over here. Hello. Watching me, look.
Going that way.
It's not Chester Zoo, Wayne. I'm at Peak Wildlife Park in Staffordshire. But yes, Chester Zoo will be next. But this is Peak Wildlife Park in Staffordshire. I'm in the Wallaby walkthrough. There you go. Got to see one now. If you ever visit Alton Towers in Staffordshire, pay a visit to this one. It's literally a stone's throw from Alton Towers. It's not far at all. Probably 10-minute drive maximum. There's a wallaby in there. That's one of the Joes in there. How they're going to transport them to the new enclosure, I don't know. Come on. There he is. Come on. Come on. They've got 42 in here, which is really surprising. But the next enclosure is bigger, so they've got more space to run around, and they've got a big pond in there. So I'm hoping they're going to get used to that. This is up to the zebras and the polar bears, which we'll go up and have a look in a minute. Go around here and go into the lemur enclosure, because they're on about moving them into here. So they want to put the lemurs in this enclosure or extend their current one. But then again, they could expand it and put new species in, I don't know. We've got some good shots here. Hello. Hello. How are you? There we go. Having a drink of water. We've got another one just here. Let's go and head into the lemur enclosure. We can come back in here and go through to the zebras. The zebras and the wallabies. Sorry, polar bears. We'll pass through the wallabies. This is the lemur enclosure. See what close-ups we can get in here. There's one on the path there, look. Look at him. Got the keeper in here as well, so. They've mowed the grass in here. You can smell it. There's one coming down the road. There he is, posing, look. There's even one in the bush here. Just across here, look. One behind the back of the fence there. There's one in the bush here. They've mowed the grass. Oh, he's come out, look. Here he comes. Look at this for a close-up. Wow. There He's having a drink. Look, that one over there. He's having a drink. In the bush, he's there, look in the bush. He's in the bush just there. There he is, look. Right by the wheelchair. We're going right close, look. So please subscribe at Enclosure to the channel. There's one in the bush just here. He's just eating the leaves. There he is, look in the bush. See him? He's coming out onto the rope. He's there at the back. Hmm? Having a kiss. There's the lemurs at the back. Generally you can walk round here and you don't have any bother. So at Enclosure to subscribe. So just sat on that bench there. So on this map it shows you where the different lemurs come from in Madagascar. So the black lemurs from the top, black and white ruffed in the middle, red-bellied towards the south, and then the ring-tailed in the bottom. So there's the 4 different types of lemur you'll get in Madagascar. We'll walk round a bit more, see if we can see any of the other side. It's certainly a glorious day. Similar warmth to Benidorm last week, except Benidorm was hotter than this. So as you can see, we're in the enclosure lot of the lemur walkthrough. That's their house, that shed. But it's quite a large enclosure considering they're going to move them further up the park. So well, I've had some lemurs fairly close to me and they're on this footage. So please subscribe at Enclosure. And I'll show you the pictures on this post here of the 4 they've got in here. So if I just turn the camera around, you can see they've got the red-bellied lemur, they've got the black lemur, the black and white rough lemur, and the one on the end is the ring-tailed lemur. So you can see what these fellas look like just on this picture. And then you've got this fella here, and then that fella's just walked past when I videoed not long ago. And then of course this one you would associate with going trolling off Madagascar. So sorry for the impression there, but yeah. But they've got a very large enclosure. I think they're having a fight. Oh dear, they're having a right go at it, aren't they? And this one's just posing up here. See him? Just up there. Noisy devils, aren't they? Scaring the kids. So there's one just sitting outside on this window. So they're all sitting down now on the grass. We'll go back through. We'll go back through this path so we can go the other side to go to the polar bears and the Arctic foxes. Got the African village just the other side of this fence where the goats and chickens are. Have a walk back up here. It's a good job I bought my charging cable because my battery power is dropping into the 30s now, %. So when I go in the car, I'll be driving back with the phone on airplane mode to charge the power. But I've got lots of footage, lots of streams as well, so please subscribe at Courses25 because there'll be another series next week, as I've already said on past videos, and other past live streams as well. Hello to Carly Jane. So we're just up at Peak Wildlife Park in Staffordshire, and I'm in the Lemur Enclosure at the moment, having a walk round. I'm going to head to the polar bears and the Arctic foxes. There's plenty of benches that you can sit on. There's one here you can sit on if you ever visit and get some good close-ups of the lemurs that come past you. Just make sure you close the gates when you come in. In fact, there's one by this bush just here. There you go, look. Hello, mate. He's having a wash. There you go. I think you'd like them, Carly Jane. So this is now the wallaby enclosure. So there's one just here, look, by the fence. I've already been in here once, but I've got to cut through to get to the polar bears and the Arctic foxes. Oh, there we go, look. So please subscribe at Courses25 to the channel. And we'll go and head to the polar bears. So we're back into the wallabies again, so I can cut through to the polar bears, which is straight up here. And then there's the zebras. So we'll head up. And there's one in the house there, some having a sleep. A lot of them around the sides of the fence though. So if we go through this gate, we'll get to the polar bears and the Arctic foxes. That's the zebra enclosure. So we're going to head down here, which takes us to the polar bears. So this is the zebra enclosure. So they may have put them to bed in there, but we're going to head up the top of the park up there now, around the back of the wallabies, which are here, up to the polar bears. I'll do another live stream in a minute. I have zoomed out, so we're now heading up to the polar bears. So I'll be back